Hi guys and welcome back to another video on the next been the review of the oh you're also in time for your road review and overall guys I thought this was a game of halves. There was some stuff off I liked and some stuff off I didn't like, and it was stuff I was indifferent to, but we start off, guys, with CM Punk making his way to the ring. He was all said he was originally slated for her on in the show, but he comes out to pin it up, and after odd and hard way he cuts a scathing promo on the Roman Reigns. He says, um, um, he says if Roman and Reigns hates him, he's exactly where he needs to be. Um, is that where he needs to be? And he says he wouldn't trade his offensive city for a full um chat OTC's not here. Um, so he also says the reason why he hates Roman Reigns is because WWE him as safe, whereas Punk sees him boring it and past. He also says while he he worked on his pro wrestling skills. Roman is handed to them, and he's a manufactured talent. Um, he said this why I was treated like um up by some old man, referring to the Vince McMahon, and they who are eating dog food for them. And he also says failure or cousin or ox a holy a Hollywood movie story is never quite eats that old evil, and then he says or he used to be but to if an apple baby that's been handed everything and then he um and then he makes a reference to TKO not being able to control him. He then ends the promo by promising Pat McAfee a seat on ESPN. ESPN Ian after the uh, attack on the Cody Road on SmackDown, um, and on his attack on the as necessary as he did. Um, it and the ticket prices bill ward and actually he actually only joins in if the crowd have festivities. Now I know it's probably a part of the promo, but ticket prices do need to be lowered because um this is getting this is getting insane. But anyway, we'll move on. So yeah, pretty good promo. Oh, but we do get some shortware after this. We get the Anha Housen and I show speed is like the Anhausen. Oh, usually the else of is in that. Oh, and so basically, so be so basically the Anhausen is if you give me a mention on your yellow I've dream out of it Africa. Also, I enjoyed watching early in night. So I'm here for you. Oh, the, the green match showed the kill before this. Um, the and speed gets into the upbeat by Adam. Yes, it's all right. Can you can you get Dan Housen to lift the us Adam Pearce is all right and of course we did that. Be just don't get involved in Austin Theory's match. The vision across speed and they come out and the ring for fifth Erie's match against Knight. So that's my match was going pretty well up until Speed's involvement. Early Night hitting the ice neck breaker. Um, I'm on classic early night or friends Austin Theory kinda hits her rolling on or and that was probably for JCJ and after her incredible run came to an end. I think she's due for a main roster. All he hits his walk, but still there's a big strimmer ashing outside Logan and Paul shoves speed in into the night to 80 speed. The Usos the Usos trap speed to us night. The action spills back into um the the action spills back into the ring or Austin Theory hit um or a holds up early night and the match, it was all going okay till the celeb involvement of his winning night says he will on um the vision and speed and a pragma actually because the shows the tag titles now you can ask me my match night says Adam Pearce makes a match and he says I should speed to you should have went home now you are going to WrestleMania whether you like it or not. It'll be the Usos versus the Vision versus um and I should speed up against the Usos and LA Knight at WrestleMania and that is official. So yeah, so that'll be kind of a comedy match because obviously the horse isn't resolved. Um, so basically, I can see, I can see either night or I can see either night or Jay so defecting to join the version after the match, but we'll get into that when we'll get we'll cross that bridge and we'll get to sorry but yeah um so yeah yeah so early nights had dinner off had dinner off of the interference of speed with the NC with it NC the Americanos up in the power from with Jackie Edmond the chat about the chat about why they're not happy about being my stout no dogma chigig emerald as no America knows in there that's a big mistake Ryan but I will say El Grande says we'll just need to try and change them and so then we get Um, so then when we get to Fun, but however Elsie's JD McDonough after we get after we get another pointless the Anhausen segment is pretty what needs appearance on the WWE YouTube channel at the Warehouse at Stamford, Connecticut. He has a salami, he has an acceptance speech. It's all kind of very cheesy comedy. He then he then fires out T-shots um from the car and housing as he calls it. And yeah, that's an enter segment. If you don't buy the e-shop and if you don't like the and housing you're asked, I'm sitting here going for about the fourth week in a row. Get this. get this guy off my TV because honestly, I don't find it funny, and so hey, it's actually frustrating to watch. So yeah, so yeah, we get to match. Um, so we get to the next match. It's won by Al or versus JT Mc. Oh no, the match doesn't get started as Dominic Mysterio um as Dominic Mysterio was inside um as Dominic Mysterio well inside Van Balor on the ramp. But with the attack continues, Finn's got to fight for his Finn's got to fight for his life. JD McDonald joins in the assault, and yeah, Dominic beats the hell out of Balor with the chair and watch me aid to him being the last member still of the original incarnation to get commentary by Michael Cole. Um, so I like that aspect of it pretty good here. So then we um so then after the attack, JD and JD and Mysterio embrace each other's hand, and Dominic hoists the Triple Mega Championship over his shoulder. And yeah, perfect. Yeah, yeah, perfect beatdown. I think, I think now we, I think now we'll get the, I think now we'll get the demon thing, but I'll, we'll get the demon sniffer, and 'cause he says later on in the show you've walking a side you've never seen before. Show you, I'm gonna show you that side that you shouldn't have walked in it, and we see the trailer of the demons, well, he's done the backstage of when you later on in the show. Um, so now, we get a free tape of age, he, he, been interviewed by Michael Cole, but Becky and Chantel Ops tells Michael Cole to get lost in the war of our exchange. Um, 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 uh, he says to you, do you remember your last or so many before you after you hugged you hugged me, but I saw on you or eyes you knew is coming in for you. AJ later respond to and she said, I'm proud of you and proud of everything you've become. Oh, is, but don't forget, uh, don't forget who broke the doors down for Holly, yeah, and she the and says, um, I'm your favorite. Så avskriv dette svaret Aron menu takk återvendende. I shall say her says that the S4 others it's not back you and should say jail. E pretty good in here but yeah I just don't buy the fact the AJ saying that I mean she is decent but at the same point guys it was for our better women coming up with and she was just about to even stuff like that. But yeah, it's just personal preference. And by the way, I do actually like AJ, but in terms of like Bale and Page and like Beck to a certain extent, um, they were all like, uh, to be honest. Um, then we get then we get then we get the tag match, but no, then we get a singles match between Ashley Edge and um B- well, Ashley Edge and Bailey with Ashley Edge and the look for at a good here lots of power off entrance and um the funny shit a match actually sees Jax getting involved. Charlotte now it's a well as appeared to get laid out to get laid out by Bill. He's crossbow audio along with acts of area shut up top edge and um during a super X holds a foot and barely gets a victory. Okay, match could have been a bit better. Again, it's another one of these drama hash funny. She's I guess Last Legend looked pretty decent. She's a talent and the team here with Nia Jax I'm not overly fond about. Um, Seth Rollins, Seth Rollins is out next. After Stephanie Air promo, she calls of Morgan a cheap bill on and she says she hides behind an awful excuse of a man to go for that dear shoes. I'm just paraphrasing here because a lot of it's subtitled as she is speaking in Spanish. Throughout the night you would see Cole and Graves make a reference to one of comments last week in the beatdown with or San Perez Stephanie. She says you'll never she says you'll never get your hands on my World Heavyweight Championship in Vegas. So yeah, so pretty good promo here. I really like this more good Stephanie Aaron if Morgan is pretty good as well. Um, and in the back, though, you would see later on JD McDonough and Dominic have a conversation um, about really um, about about his deadbeat addicts, but we'll come back to that in a minute. And but then it's time for this for all and promo. Yeah, Jerry seasons get to my shouldn't and his head onto the gain his World Heavyweight Championship as he calls it. The other is to the business of the division. He would then he would then discuss the business relationship and for his with Paul Heyman. He's never really had any prior interactions with Gunther or Heyman was just desperate for somebody to protect him and put on buried Aaron Bronson be either are out with injuries Logan Paul and Austin Theory are in a well a feud with the Samuel Owens says or Owens puts it that's not gonna end well um that's not gonna end well here we would talk about Heyman turning his attention um turning his attention back to Brock Lesnar. He then said he said of them all is not up in a silver platter for over Femi, so that's why he turned his attention to Gunther. Gunther would then sneak up behind them, get him, and so he put hold or all and just about scurries out the or all on the outside though he used to Gunther hitting a big and then he arms up the ramp roll and so onto that more in the back came and says I owe you a massive thank you um and for then shakes his hand but he then actually pulls him in underneath says you owe me is something about owe me something about bigger than your massive thank uh, so yeah then the announcers Um, so then announcers actually say, "You remember the last time what happened to it?" And Paul Heyman owed to somebody a favour. So yeah, I like that aspect of it. With them segment here. Um, Giovanni Evans and Dragon, he took on Horse America and was all three members of that faction in the ring. Pretty decent enough action, suicide dives by the baby faces with um MO F Java on Evans to pick up the pin fall of the OG Butter. I really liked Von Evans. He pins I think it's Ryle that ends up taking the fall this time. Um head so then we Um, although before all that we get Dragon he had a Styles clash and tribute to the career of AJ Styles. I think AJ kinda gave him that maneuver and I think it actually gives Dragon Lee something a bit different for his offense. But after the match, um, but after on the match, it was very good, guys. After the match, Rey Mysterio would come out after all that, after that good match, Rey Mysterio says or something missing. He makes his return to the main roster and he says so other matches Rey Mysterio Javon gets all giddy, so does Penta and eh, and uh and Dragon. He so Rey Mysterio enters. It's now a 7-man ladder match, of course. The other two being the other two being JD McDonough and Rusev. And I really do think this match will be good. The only thing is, so you've had the olive fires in the main event, and like you have Oremus Rio just decide he wants in. Like again, what is the point in having all um all fire matches because that kind of doesn't make too much sense. It's one of the reasons why wrestling logic confuses fans at times, but in any case, it will be awesome to have Rey Mysterio on the card. Slight nitpick here, guys. So yeah. Um. So yeah. Ori Graves says he got higher. Giovanni Evans got higher than bad news, but and it's Scissor are left. They're pretty good though. I know I, I know Ori gives a lot on this channel, but yeah, um, but yeah, pretty good. Um, so so you and Iosk ein redan prepare for the tag match. Um, Austin Theory, Austin Theory is having a wee sort of conference backstage with Maxine Dupree. It's happened a few times. Um, um, so it could be a so it could be a recruitment mission. I do like Maxine Dupree. Yeah, I think she's improved a lot, but I don't know if that'll work necessarily. Eh, um, you do see other backstage segments like Wolfie Kingston and Grayson Wall are having an argument very early on in the show. I love the kind of Easter egg segments. Um, I think they add a bit to the show. So then you get you so then um so you get Ioska I in Riara um Ioska in Riara coming out for a tag match against Yifa and me Ichan of course the he's now to Jade Cargill, although I like Ichan's ability. Um, so yeah, that's my actually a pretty bog standard sort of tag match or Io Sky rolls up B-Fab to and after a match the heels um keep a hold of the Europe and forced to watch Argo beat up Io with the kendo stick and Argo lifts up Io JT and the chorus of and the chorus of booze and pretty good segment here. Now I want to get back to the now I want to get back to the Judgement Day of House segment and the back though JT and Dominic have the discussion about the arms deadbeat had to Amos email just casually entering the um entering the Intercontinental Championship match. JD is like, don't worry, I'm still in there and I'm gonna bring the IC title back to the Judgment Day. And he says to Dominic, don't only about Finn Balor, or as the Omni asks JD what did and mean about bringing out this other side. It says don't worry, it's just idle for it. She's just a orchestra. Ash. Um, so then we get to sort of a sort of in Morocco Sanford is aside after um she says to the elder Rodriguez, I need to talk to the officer. And so she basically equally exchange the Oxan about either loyal is so high within Judgment Day as it was and but our the brought her into the fold but before she could properly give an answer Stephanie Air takes both of them out slamming through the TV. It was kind of like, how when um, Jericho slammed Shawn Michaels through the Jericho 3000 back in the day. It kind of reminded me of that. Pretty good segment. As I've said, I like more of a island segments. It makes it look very realistic. Um, um, and I really did enjoy this pretty good pretty good unequal conversation that JT McDonough had with the Dominic as well, and you have asking the rocks, but either loyalties were I, and then you get this segment, pretty old school segment, but I enjoyed it, and it was brilliant to see. So then you get Oba for versus and then you get the contract like signing for Oba Femi versus Rock Lesnar, but before the announcers go back several times and talk about the Partner McAfee sort of heel turn and the reveal. Like nobody really gives a shit about that, to be honest. Even yeah, it was like easily like top three, top four of booking decisions in the wrestling history, to be honest. Um, but then we get to the contract and signing. Heyman introduced all Lesnar the over chance that are the rope or step through the ropes a big all and a big all happens. They both go passion through the contract signing able they stand by a cup security he surrounds them and the are hanging from each other. Um the show goes off air abruptly, no contract signing to Ace. I think this was the designed to east give over that sort of an aura and legit threat to Broccoli is not um and it provides that old school sort of element of chaos. Um so hopefully over a deal was over, but I just don't see it because it's almost like over a sort of peak where in this feud they handed to his not his arse ice very on. And this is what I mean by peaking too early, because it reminds me of like where and you see the build up to is now breaking a streak where it's Undertaker that handed is now on his arse a couple of times in the build up. Well, and then you get well, it's not breaking a streak at WrestleMania 30. I don't want us to be the same sort of circumstances. It kind of feels like that to me here, but yeah. But yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. I think Broccoli is not one of the easiest, um, one of the laziest there is was in history, although 20 years ago he had, some sensational matches with the likes of The Rock, Eddie Guerrero, Edge, and all and that, and like especially the no me say Hell in a Cell match with Jake. And that was a phenomenal match, and you just see his quality of output since since he came back in 2012. There's been a few good matches, but none of them I would say are gems, and now it's just is for any sort of spam or and you say blow. Well, it's just so easy, and he's probably one of the most entitled old or answers ever been. But yeah, guys, I'm going to actually give this probably yeah 7. Two of the finishes were a bit sort of screwed up. But of course the Judgement Day of excellent. The CM Punk stuff off to start the show pretty good. Austin Theory actually having a conversation with Mac seemed to be kinda looks interesting. I don't know where that's gonna go though. Um, I think y- um I think Stereo will be a great addition, but again it comes down to the wrestling logic about what's the point of having and qualifiers um and essentially I like I like this the attack to Evan Hawks, the Dominican McDonald it down to Balor, which will aid to the Demon Finn Balor are coming back. As I've said, there's the ethnic avatar kind of reminds me of Jericho for Phil hanging Shawn Michaels through the Jericho for the 3000. Um, and yeah, but yeah, some old school elements, and I like the fact that Oba and Lesnar the contract didn't really get signed. It just turned into a massive pub all. I genuinely don't really like contract signing segments. So it was nice to have a um, change of pace for that because genuinely contract signings are a bit too formulaic and a bit boring, but this wasn't your standard contract signing. I think one of the era abruptly helped that, but yeah, guys, overall, I think a 7 out of 10 acceptable for the show, but the Anhausen's comedy has got to be stirred up to back a bit. I really don't get that. And the role funny is between the Eerie and Night was about blank, but yeah, um, but yeah, so there's and obviously, um, and obviously Jaden or Rhea that I'm not really buying, but I like Rhea, and I kinda like Jade still, but I just don't see the chemistry as although um, it was a decent segment seeing Jade beat down Eel with Efab and each and holding Ripple into the corner to watch the candlestick be beat down and the Jade from Cargill to Eel. So yeah, decent segment, and they are not going to complain too much. And I'm interested to see how Javon comes up to a offense in the ladder match because he is a phenomenal athlete in his own way. 21 or 22 guys. Yeah, so go air traffic control on that one. I think Rusev being added to that match is to kinda have a ground based guy in just so it follows, but or they could make the argument that JAD is more of an worker as well, even though it does some high flying moves in between. But yeah, it seems a decent match for the Adam match. Good to line up, and yeah, as I've said, guys, good opening for Omo from CM Punk at just a Roman Reigns to show up. But yeah, guys, that's where we'll leave it. 7 out of 10, and good show. Still room for improvement, but I'll see you over very soon for the NXT review. Stay Be safe, and I'll see you over Edison.